I'm Will Sampson from FDMC Magazine and the Woodworking Network. We're in the shop today to talk about this very versatile vise. It's from WorkIQ tools, and it is the IQ vise. It's an articulating vise. Uses a ball arrangement down here that allows it to move in 360 degrees. Pretty cool. The basic vise has metal jaws. The whole thing is a combination of steel and aluminum construction. I have it mounted on a board so I can make it even more versatile and move it from place to place in my shop. So here it's mounted on this table, and it's not going to be as stable as if it was mounted on a really heavy workbench or something like that. But let's go through some of the things that it does that are really cool. Basic things. It's about 5-inch jaws, and when you run it all the way out, it's not quite 4-inch capacity, about 3 7/8 capacity. It'll fit something pretty big in there. And the clamping force is supposedly around 130 pounds. So it's not super heavy duty, but the point of an articulating vise is not so much for heavy things, it's handling awkward things at an angle that works for you. And one of the things that makes this even more versatile is it has different jaws that you can put on it. This jaw has two sides. It has a gridded rubber side like that, and it has a side with all sorts of angles on it so it can handle things. You can see the angles there. And these jaws are really easy to put on. You just snap them over, and then there are these locking pins that go in on both sides. Okay, and so then, now this is just the rubber deal. So, again, now when you use those jaws, it does restrict a little bit of what your space is. But that makes a nice, non-marring, pretty steady workplace. Now also, I should mention that besides there's a cam lever here that functions to lock the ball in, and you can move that all around. There's also preset positions. So if I want to have it perfectly vertical, I can lock it in that way, and it's really stable and vertical. If I want to go in a different direction, I can go all the way down here and lock it in a horizontal fashion. So that's a really interesting, and it can lock that horizontally. It also can lock that way too, so that I have access this way. But I think one of the most versatile things to do is to turn these jaws around to this very interesting textured side that you can see there. And then look what that does for you. Like if you have something round like this, you can hold it really well in one of these grids so you can work on it. There's grids that are straight up and down, like that. And there are grids also that are angled. And of course you can then, move this all over the place, however you want to work on it, and then lock it down and be in shape. Now, of course, with these jaws, something large like this, it's not going to fit. So there are some limitations, but here's a awkward thing to grip. You could grip it like this so that you can sand it. It's non-marring and it's held really well. You can also grip this odd shape here like that and get to that side of it. Again, this is rubberized, non-marring, so it's really a neat thing. And there are other accessories that you can get for this. I have not tried them out, but one of the accessories that I thought was really interesting was you can get a light that's on a stem, on a gooseneck type thing, and that will mount into these holes on the side here or onto a separate base. And similarly, there's a magnifying glass, so you can look at really close at what you're doing. And those are all neat extra features that you might want to use when working with this tool. And those are like, I think, $30 for the extra kit for those. This costs, it lists on their site at $280 basically. But it's very versatile, and you could mount this. It comes with mounting screws. You could mount it permanently to a bench if you wanted to. I just mounted it to this board so that it would be convenient to move it around. And these locking pins, are kind of these jaws work without them, but it makes it more secure so that you can hold whatever it is you're working on. Anyhow, it's the IQ vise from WorkIQ Tools. The website is workiqtools.com. And it's definitely worth checking out if you're doing custom work and you need something to hold things that are awkward. Like, I could see carving a cabriolet or working on furniture parts or something like that. I didn't show you one other thing. Even a tapered item can be mounted in here, and there's enough flex in the jaws that it holds it really well. And so, that's another thing that can be done with these. But it's a great tool, and definitely something that could add some capabilities in your shop. Well, that's what we've got for today. You can see more tool reviews and videos and the latest news from the woodworking industry at woodworkingnetwork.com, or in the pages of FDMC Magazine. And if you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons so you don't miss a single episode of In the Shop. Thanks for watching.